think that's the plan. 73 races, 100 crash events, god. Oh, okay, yeah, that's that. Alright, alright, let's go. Yo, what's up, ID? Hell yeah. That, I can't believe we won. I can't believe we won the wiki race, like, actually. Only 3 teams managed to get all of the things. I don't know, I guess we did a really good job. I feel like all 3 of us definitely had things that we felt like took us longer than they should have, but I guess we just did a really good job. I also spend a lot of time on Wikipedia, so that might have something to do with it. Bus. Congrats on new PS2 controller. That guy, I take no responsibility for that crash. That was all on him. For some reason, when I got my PS2 a bunch of years back, like 2012 or something, I bought a PS2 on eBay and it came with 4 controllers, which seems weird because why did that guy have 4 controllers? It didn't come with a multi-tap. Like, I don't think he had a multi-tap or anything like that. He just had 4 controllers, even though there's not 4 controller ports. But yeah, so I've always had plenty of PS2 controller, but they do that thing. They do that thing that old electronics do. PS3 controllers have this problem as well, where the rubber on the sticks is melting, so that's kind of annoying. Whatever... Oh shit, I couldn't even see that because of the glare. The glare on the road here is really bad. I wish I could like tilt the camera up so I could like try to see what I'm looking at here. The whole, yeah, there we go, right at the end too, cool. Like I've never seen an Xbox controller where the rubber was melting off of it. Like my Xbox controllers are all fine, even though they're just as old. But whatever material Sony was using is the kind of material that starts to melt. Wait, what did he just do? Did you see? Okay, he just like went through where the yellow arrows were. He just like completely did not respect the lore on what the track is back there. But I don't know, I think based on the conversations, it did seem like a lot of people didn't know what a lot of the things were. It might have worked in our favor that we knew most of them, except for, like, that one movie. And that one plant. Yeah, totally unfair that there were just Dutch people participating who knew what korfball was, but we got him anyway. I think it's OP to be Dutch. Unfair to the rest of us. I think the ending is coming up really soon. Yeah, it's right there. Please don't pass me. Alright, we're good. Yo, hey Americus. I did. I actually, to be honest, I have like it's kind of worked in my favor. It's kind of worked in my favor. The whole like ruined sleep schedule thing, because I got to bed really early last night, and then I woke up pretty early today. And I actually need to get up really early next Tuesday. Heads up, I will almost certainly not be streaming next Tuesday. But I have a super duper important thing I gotta go do IRL at like... It's at like 9 in the morning. Which means I have to wake up at like probably like 6:30. So, meanwhile, recently I've usually just still been awake at 6:30. So clearly the schedule needed fixing, and it needed fixing this week. So I took advantage of being exhausted and sort of have realigned things. Yeah, I'm sure all like responsible adults are like, oh, I'm always up at 6:30. But, I'm not. I'm not. So, normally I have an alarm set for noon, and then I wake up at noon, I eat my breakfast, I might watch a YouTube video, and then I start streaming. It was very weird today to wake up and have several hours between eating breakfast and streaming, where I was just like, shit, what do I do all day? What am I supposed to do with this time? I ended up playing a bunch of RuneScape and working on Lakeside. Started to work on the layout for the obligatory stealth section in a non-stealth game. Because yes, I'm putting one of those in the game. I haven't played Rollin' in the last couple of days. The problem with rolling that I've been having is that I have to keep setting my Xbox back to PAL and then setting it back to NTSC for stream, and it's really annoying. And that's kind of dissuaded me from playing more Rolling, unfortunately. I might legit go, because Rolling is on PS2 as well. You know, I just realized that's what I should do. Because also PS2 memory card, so then I can just... Yeah, actually, I should just go get my PS2 set up. Hopefully, I can play it on PS2 and it won't, like, bitch at me about PAL. But, you know, that's probably way better, so... So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll get back on Rolling. I'll play the PS2 version. And at Matrix 3D, the nitro bar is made longer when you get a kill. When you kill someone, it goes up. When you crash, it goes back down. And then there are some challenges, like the one I was just doing, where it just starts at max. Definitely, I think I feel that ID. Like, the way all the text in the game has these, like, crazy effects. It insists upon itself, you could say. I do not care for it. Yeah, it's very, I don't know. It's definitely trying to, like, be arcade. Like, whoa, aren't we cool? But it's, like, kind of like... It's, like, forced cool. That's, like, the worst turn of phrase maybe ever. You've heard of forced difficulty, but now... Forced cool. Oh, eliminate. Oh, hang on. I thought I was doing the event where you have to get kills. Completely wrong. This is one of those miserable eliminators where it's 5 laps. Okay, never mind. I don't need to be so aggressive. I just need to drive the car. So getting kills is definitely good, because then we build up the meter. Reminds me of getting into PS3 aesthetics for UI and mechanics and stuff. Visually, I think part of that might be, I don't know, personally I'm kind of annoyed by the UI. I'm kind of annoyed by the UI looking too much like, it's like, how do you do fellow kids the font? It kind of bugs me. But that's definitely a me problem. I'm not really bothered by... Like, the actual, like, graphics of the game are, like, pretty advanced, right? Like, it does kind of look like a PS3 game. I think that's kind of cool. I'm cool with that. Wish there was less glare on the road sometimes, though. Yeah, I said font. Really just like the whole style of the UI, the way the letters, they like fly in with different effects, then they fly out with different effects, and all they're like wiggling around everywhere, and it's just kind of like alright, game developers. I don't know, I can't put it into words, but it's just like trying too hard for my taste. It's like when you see like an example animation where it's just like it's like a cartoon 2D animation type of thing, but it's been animated with like 5,000 frames. And so like all of like the squash and stretch is just like way over exaggerated, and it's just like, holy shit, calm down. You can animate the dude, we get it, calm down. It looks like that to me. The thief and the cobbler ass UI. Might be the resolution and being forced into widescreen. Originally, yeah, well I am, this is 480p. I'm playing it in 480p. This game does support native widescreen. Most Xbox games do. It does not support higher resolution than 480p though. There are a handful of Xbox games that can do 720p and even 1080i, which is wild. But that is beyond the scope for this. I'm just playing everything in 480p because I kind of think it'll look the best on average in this era. And like good clean 480p video does look really good, to be honest. You're probably thinking of when we played The Warriors, Americus. The Warriors was one of those games that supports 720p on OG Xbox, which is like crazy. Just really weird, but there are probably like a half dozen or so games that do. It feels really weird, but actually there were a couple of them. And it kept crashing in 720p, so we turned it off. We were gonna play it in higher res, but it kept crashing. I feel like that's weird, that the game had a crashing issue, but only at 720p. 6th gen games still feel like people making... Sorry, I'm sure everyone understands, but it's a little hard for me to read chat when I'm also playing a high-octane racing action game, you know? Owie. Alright, we're probably dead now. Yeah, there's also Revenge. We're gonna play Revenge later. My quest to play every Xbox game will involve Burnout Revenge. And then I'll have played 4 Burnout games. When I started all of this, I had played 0 Burnout games. And when I finish all of this, I'll have played 4 Burnout games. I don't know why that feels weird to me, but it does. It's like I hadn't played any of the classic Resident Evils before GameCube thing, and now I've played basically all of them. I've become like a Resident Evil expert game knower against my will. Hold up, I want to read this. Still feel like people making games of the Vision, PS3 games, especially ones like this, feel very... Yeah, no, I fully agree, ID. I think I was kind of saying this yesterday, where like... Definitely something changed for EA about halfway through the 6th gen. And games like this, to me, sort of reflect that. Like, think about SSX Tricky versus SSX on Tour. You know, like... This is SSX on Tour, not Tricky. I hope this incredibly vague, vibes-based response helped, but I fully agree. You gotta be kidding me. That guy changed lanes into me right at the last second. We just lose now, don't we? No, we're still in it. I have like no boost meter though. Actually, there's still kind of a lot left. I'm 2 seconds ahead. I think I probably killed him with that crash, too. I think that crash was big enough that it also killed my ops. I've never said that word out loud before. I don't know why I thought to say that. But yeah, games start to be, like, designed by committee and by corporate higher-ups. You know, the game's gotta have this in it, the game's gotta have that in it, the game has to be this length with this much, it has to be this way. You gotta put EA tracks in it. I'm unbothered by EA tracks, but just you can see certain top-down design instructions across like later 6th gen EA games, you know, where it's like this is from that era where every game has to be mega grind, and also the soundtrack has to be a certain way too. Like you know, the higher-ups were calling the shots, unfortunately. Yeah. I do say, though, like, I sort of, I don't know. I say that, like, oh, you know, games are so much better when they're made by Du Bois rather than corporations. But at the same time, I really don't ever play indie games, which is the ultimate games made by Du Bois, right? But really, I just play mostly older stuff. Man, I got 9 kills really fast there. That was crazy. I haven't killed anyone in a while. Hold up. I just got a notification. The call for content is open. Submit your TwitchCon ideas. The council shall determine your fate. Anyone here got any good TwitchCon ideas? Yeah, I was about to say, I think that my idea is stop breaking people's limbs. Stop having extremely dangerous things at TwitchCon. Additional stage hazards. I like that we're all on the same page with this one. TwitchCon. Twitch hosts conventions. There's like they do a yearly one, I think it's in LA, and then they do one in Europe as well that I think is in Amsterdam. At least it was last time. But I don't really know what goes on at TwitchCon because I've never been there. They usually have like a CEO panel where they announce stuff. But like, who cares? Like, this isn't, you know, you're not Nintendo. I don't care when Twitch announces stuff. Is it San Diego that they do it in? Okay. I think there's a lot of, like, streamer meet and greets for, like, the really big streamers. You know, like, the people with, like, tens of thousands of viewers. They'll have, like a signing booth, you know, like a con would. You can show up and get a picture and have them sign your Razer Freestyle Scooter cartridge. Stuff like that. Man, once you kind of get the feel for the kills, it's really funny how easy it is to run people off the road in this game. You just do that. It's Rotterdam. Okay. My bad. Wrong. My bad, Dutch people. You're too powerful. Man, I think that my TwitchCon panel would have to be about console challenge streaming. The do's, the don'ts. I think that would be a hit panel, just like straight up. Like, so you want to stream every game on one platform. Let me tell ya, because I watch a lot of console challenges. I know about all of the variations. I think that would be a hit panel. How much trouble has the soundtrack given me? Really not much. Obviously songs do get muted, but like, at this point I export VODs to YouTube, and I don't, you know, I'm not a big I'm not like a big YouTuber or anything. You know, I have a tiny YouTube channel with like 30 subscribers that I dump my VODs onto. So the fact that the YouTube videos can't be monetized because of the soundtrack is, I don't care. You know, so licensed game soundtracks are really no concern to me. Like, I know some people will like turn them off and stuff, but like, no. I'm letting them play. The don'ts of console challenges are whatever fucked up voting system Sharpie has / had, because I think he actually finished. I think that's my big don't. If you're gonna have whatever system for picking games, make sure it's as clear as day, you know? ID, I cannot explain that voting system. That's the problem. I lurked his stream for quite a while, and I never understood. It's the kind of thing, it probably started off simple in the early days, but then he just kept layering more and more systems on top of it until it became an over-designed disaster that you truly need to, like, read a white paper on. So my suggestions to any streamers looking at getting into a console challenge is to make sure that your game selection makes sense. Whether that's pure random, simple polling, you know, release order. Make it make sense. Personally, for viewership, I would say, you know, this is TwitchCon, so I have to give like streambig.net type tips for like, here's how you get lots of viewers, which, as someone without a lot of viewers, maybe I'm the wrong person to, give those tips. But IMO, it is good for viewership. The simpler your rules are, just period, all rules, the simpler and more consistent everything is. So like, don't, like, I have in my rules that I can arbitrarily redefine beat a game as necessary, right? But, you know, try not to do that too much, because the more you do that, the more arbitrary the whole thing will feel. And people, even if they don't say they care, internally, subconsciously, I think people care. Yo, what's up, Sartorial Bear? Yeah, this personally, I have mixed feelings on this game so far, but I definitely see why. I do understand why this game had a ton of hype behind it going into it. I've played so many low-budget, weird, bad racing games that one like this is like, alright, I get it. Yeah, look, the Foals thing. That, you know. Opinions on Disney animated films. Man, that's totally off topic. Best Disney animated film. We won't get fooled again. Man, how are you so good at this? Or rather, why am I so bad at this? I give you an 8.5 out of 10 for that one. That's pretty good. But, what was I about to say? We're gonna go with like Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and Mulan. Mulan is really being hard carried by the Be a Man sequence. The rest of the movie you can basically miss me with, but that is like definitely like a top 3 banger across all of their films for sure. Growing up, I watched the Jungle Book a lot for some reason. I think it was straight up the only one we had. I think we had the Jungle Book on VHS, and that was it. So I watched a whole lot of the Jungle Book. But like, it's the Jungle Book. It's not that good. Yo, apparently that was my first revenge takedown. Okay. I mean, yeah, if we're including Pixar in this, if we're going Disney, Pixar, whatever, I watched so much fucking Monsters Inc. as a kid. That I had on VHS. It's like this light blue tape. And I watched that was the good movie that I watched on repeat as a kid. Because the other movies I watched on repeat were Masters of Disguise and fucking Kangaroo Jack, and those movies are notoriously horrible. But I watched those a lot, and I watched Monsters Inc. a whole lot. Yeah, I feel like that does explain a lot about me, like legitimately. Why do I have such an affinity for bad media? Because I grew up with bad media. It's all I've ever known. I grew up laughing at him being turtly enough for the Turtle Club. And nah, I did see Monsters University when that was in theaters. That was like 10 years ago at this point. And, you know, like everyone says, I think that movie was probably mid, but I couldn't even tell you because I don't remember any of it, which I think is all you need to know, you know? But I really don't like watch a lot of stuff. I'm not subscribed to like any streaming services. I have not seen it. If it is more recent, especially like if we're talking like Disney animated movies, the most recent one I have seen is Tangled. Unless you count Pixar, in which case I saw Finding Dory, which was also like 10 years ago, and it was also mid. And that's the last one I've seen. If it's more recent than that, I haven't seen it. No Frozen opinions here or anything of the sort. Yeah, I don't play modern games. I don't watch modern shows. I haven't even seen any movies in a long time. I don't know. I'm weird. I'm kind of weird. I don't know why I'm like that, but... Ah, shit. No, I've not watched, No way, that was literally right at the end. You're kidding me. My corpse got pushed across the finish line. I didn't realize. Oh, that was such a throw. But the last MCU thing that I saw was Civil War. Wait, no, it wasn't. It was the first Spider-Man MCU film. That was after Civil War, because it starts with the Civil War reference. That's all I didn't see Endgame, didn't see Infinity War. Haven't seen anything since then. I don't know. I really only saw those movies because I had friends who I would see them with. And now I don't live near anyone anymore. So no, I got no one dragging me to the movies anymore. When I was a kid, it was my mom dragging me to the movies. When I was a teenager, it was my friends dragging me to the movies. Now there's nobody dragging me to the movies, so I just don't see them. It's not that I dislike movies. I don't know. Usually a few a week. Yeah, what was the last movie I saw? Like 2 years ago, Giga was streaming Friday the 13th Part 2 in a group chat while we played Mario Party. That's the last movie I saw. It was like 2 years ago. I saw the Neon Genesis Evangelion, like 4, Rebuild Part 4 movie when that came out in English. Froob did a group watch of that, and I watched that. But that doesn't even count, because that's like an anime movie, and I feel like that shouldn't count. And that was also like 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago. And that's about all I got. I don't know. The last 2 Spider-Verses. Thought it was mid. Well, Wonder Woman is not the MCU. That's DC. Wonder Woman is DC, which, depending on which one you saw, I know everyone liked the first Wonder Woman movie, and then everyone hated the second one, and now everyone hates Gal Gadot for a number of different reasons, so I don't know, but the thing is, I don't know, is this weird? I guess this is probably a weird thing. I have barely seen any movies recently, but I love to keep up with film discourse online. I love to read about movies. Yeah, Sartorial. If you love pool, you just missed the what's that game called? The Hustle Detroit Streets. It was like a 15-hour-long pool story mode. You had to work your way through the Detroit underworld by beating criminals at pool, and it was like, it was basically hell. The pool worked. The pool was fine, but that game was crazy in a bad way. And yeah, I played Pool Paradise back on GameCube. I just intro elevator pitch to my stream. I beat every GameCube game. I played 474 GameCube games. I beat all of them, and now I'm beating every Xbox game. But as part of that, as part of GameCube, I did play and complete Pool Paradise, Stealth Jimmy White game. Man, this race has been a bit of a disaster. I'm in dead last. I feel like I'm just getting bullied. I'm probably too far behind to save it at this point. Yeah, you are 10 seconds behind. Things you hate to read. I can't see. Okay, how did that car not kill me? Man, we had a good run at the end there, but I couldn't bring it back. A lot of pool halls are like nice jazz music, big spacious buildings. I don't know where you play pool. I don't know what, but my understanding of pool halls is that they're kind of seedy. I think of like biker bar type pool halls. Maybe that's because I just played Detroit Hustle. Yeah, we do have to get all golds in this game to beat it, so it's gonna take a really long time. Game will roll credits once you 100% all events, all golds. And not a moment before, I think. Yeah, if you're in England, things are probably different out there. I'm stupid. Wait. Who is Captain America? Steve Rogers, but who's the actor? Chris Hemsworth. Maybe. Chris Evans. Wrong Chris. Hemsworth is Thor. Too many Chris's. Not Chris Pratt. I know it's not that Chris. It's not Chris Rock either. Definitely not. I think all of the Chris's need to be forced to change their names for marketability reasons. The Council of Chris. No, Chris Christie does not get to be in the Council of Chris. He's not an actor. Well, he just doesn't get to be in the council. Chris Pine, yeah. I think it's really funny that someone from across the country would be making a Chris Christie moving the cones joke. No Christophers. That's different enough. I mean, there's Christopher Reeve, Christopher Lee. Are there any other Christophers? Christopher Walken. Chris Christopherson doesn't count, spelled different. No Christian Bale either. Just my opinion, though. Man, the gold time on this is 2 minutes. These are usually kind of tricky. Have to be perfect for 2 minutes. Why do I get to decide Chris worthiness? Because I'm the streamer. Can't see a damn thing. Thanks, son. Alright, we're in there. I don't think Bruce is short for anything. There's not like a Bruce-tifer or anything. Bruce. Name. Let's see. The name Bruce is of Norman origin, with a connection to the place name Brix in La Manche, Normandy, meaning the Willow Lands. It's a Scottish surname that is... Fuck off, AI summary. But that's probably true. Yeah. Bruce arrived in Scotland with the Normans from Brix, which is probably like Brie, but as an American, I will be saying Brix. And if you're French, then you can unfollow me. Initially promulgated via the descendants of King Robert the Bruce, it has been a Scottish name since medieval times. It is now a common male given name. This car is just better. Because it's got an X. That's how you say X. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know why they call it that, right? Because they're a bunch of pricks. I'm just gonna restart. Why did I crash there? What am I doing? Man, not another. Automod has held a message for reason, race, ethnicity, or religion. Are you sure you want to call all the French pricks? Yes, allow. No, I don't really know any French people other than Arius, and Arius is a good guy. Arius is confirmed good. I've met many French Canadians over the years. He's one of the good ones. No, I'm saying I will not pass judgment on French people. Because I don't know very many other than Arius, who's good. So really, I don't have any standing to say that French people are bad. I've really never met any bad French Canadians either. I feel like French Canadians have a really bad rap, to be honest with you. I don't really know where that comes from. If I were more clued in on Canadian culture, maybe I would know. But, like, I don't know. I've met kind of a lot of French Canadians over the years. And they're cool. Sorry, I'd love to read, but I'm gaming right now. And now I'm no longer gaming. Okay. Some of the laws they have in Quebec to make sure French stays the first language are pretty questionable. Well, buckle up, gamers. We're going there in the US too. Saying bricks is punishable by death. Sorry, it's Bree. That asshole passed me right at the end, dude. You gotta be kidding me. We have to reset now. I would have accepted second. We can't take first. I don't know. I took French in middle school. I know, really high level stuff, but just because of where I'm at, it was a lot of like French Canadian type French, rather than, or not in that way, but like we learned so much about French Canada and very little about French France. In that, I had to do a whole project on Quebec City that I remember doing. I did not go, but most of the French students went on a big field trip to Quebec. I figure that's just because, you know, I live in the Northeast United States, and around here, those are the closest French people, you know, proximity-wise. They're just right over there, pretty much. I was really trying to kill that guy, and in my hubris, I got owned. I think I just have to reset when things like that happen. We're concerned with Alberta being crazy at Matman. The only Albertan I know. How did that cause me to... My car isn't even damaged. It's just like... What even... Like... I feel like that one was a scam. Yeah, the sense I get The sense I get is that us Americans do like to go around poisoning other countries' politics. Fucking Elon Musk campaigning in Germany type shit. It's like, buddy, I have a lot of things that I could finish that sentence with, but, like, come on, bro. Have you not fucked your own country up enough here? Gonna go be fucking with other people's countries now, too. Alright, gaming. Oh, no, no, what just happened there? No, it's over. I hate when that shit happens. No, it's over. Yeah, that sucks. Literally the last turn. Literally the last turn. It just, like, you just flip backwards all of a sudden. That sucks. Weird physics happened. Is there anyone else in history to have ghost gamers? I don't know. I'm sure I could think of something. It turned out that someone else was playing. I mean, definitely, I feel like that's a little different, where it's like you cheat in chess by having the engine going, and then you get fed the moves through some method. Be that vibrating butt plug, or having AirPods in, or whatever. I feel like that's a little different. Had a ghost gamer for a speedrun. I feel like that's happened before, but I can't say. Like, I can't say, like, yes, that happened, here's who did it, and I feel like I should know that. I mean, there's definitely, like, you know, there's definitely, you know, does ghost gaming, like, does buying a fire cape and, not buying a fire cape, that would be so pathetic, buying an infernal cape, like, that's kind of a ghost gamer. You have someone else log on to your account and do hard content, so you get the cape, and then you get banned because it's against the rules. That's kind of a thing in old school RuneScape. At least allegedly it's a thing. I don't know. You bought your cape, right, Theo? Can you confirm? Got 4KC. Nice. I'm in 5th. I haven't even crashed, and I'm just in 5th. I feel like I have to kill people to build big boost if I want, like, any shot at this. I'm in 5th and having a hard time holding on to that. They just left. I feel like there's some point at which they get so far ahead of you that it just starts simulating their pace. And when it does that, then they just race perfectly and you can't possibly catch them. Oh, never mind. Here's some people. Wow, cool. Definitely could have possibly seen that. No, this is the best car that I have access to right now. This is the first race out of 3, by the way. So that's annoying. Sorry, looking at a thing. Well, the thing is, you usually don't have access to more than like 1 or 2 events of a type. So like, actually, no. Probably right now, this is the only race I have access to. Man, I was so close on that attempt where I just like died at the end for no reason. Like the last turn is bad. I've failed on it twice. Alright, cool, in there. Alright, race 1 out of 3 done for this. God. Also, Yimo, did you respond to Crazy? I think he said he reached out to you about, stuff scheduling. That crash was such a disaster that I get to hold on to first because it killed everybody. Oh yeah, and by the way, since someone said it like 20 minutes ago, it was ID said it. We Are the Lazy Generation is easily in the top tier of songs in this game. It's identifiable, and that makes it good. Oh shit, I take what I can get with this soundtrack. If when I hear the song, I'm like, oh yeah, that song, then it's a good one. Like, this song, I'm not sure if I've heard it before. I probably have, but it is unidentifiable to me. I'm sure it's played 6 times. This soundtrack is like the most generic. I do not like it. Shit, well now we're just gonna lose. That's a bad one. We're still on lap 1 of this. This has been like a 5-minute lap. I do hope the Burnout Revenge soundtrack is better. Roland's soundtrack was close to your... Really? Wow. Better than... You know, I guess that might be a fair point. Of the games that I've streamed, a lot of the soundtracks are pretty bad. Or like, just not that memorable to me, the licensed ones. I really liked the World Tour soundtrack. I was actually thinking about that just this morning. The World Tour licensed soundtrack is actually pretty legit. Yo, what up, Froob? Hold up, I can make fun of you for Hotline Miami 2 in a second. I just have to drive a Dakar. Hotline Miami 2 only muted you 3 times and 2 of it was on the same song. It was all the Carpenter Brute? Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like he's probably the biggest artist that they pull for Hotline Miami 2. Oh. That makes sense. The other ones are probably just not even in the system. This is literally, who are these guys? I hope the run went okay for you. There we go, easy. This song was in Downhill Jam, it's pretty good. A Putrid Yak 4 run, uh-oh. Putrid. Fuck Nakano Watari, he's bad, dude. I was preaching the anti-Nakano Watari from day one. He's bad. I kind of want to replay Hotline Miami 2. You got me thinking about it. Because, like, I replayed 1 back in, like, November. Like, last November. And the game holds up. The game continues to be good. But then it's like, I don't know, man. I kind of want to reevaluate, too. The level design is ass, right? The level design is definitely ass. Was my take on it back then. Like, maybe it's secretly good and everyone is just wrong. Yeah, literally I walked away from this game like, so much glass, dude. People will just see you and shoot you from extremely far away. There's absolutely no safety or cover anywhere. You can't, like, work a corner. Like, I remember the level design feeling very much like figuring out what to do to finish a room was like a puzzle, like an iteration, trial and error type puzzle of just like, okay, throw this, wait here, he does that, now you do this, now you pick up this weapon. And, like, that's how I had to play it, compared to 1, where you can improv a lot more easily. Also, what up, Darrow16? It's been a minute, so I hope you're doing well. Shit. I hope you managed to kill that boss in Final Fantasy XIV that I was watching you do for a couple days. Guy who, like, breaks through the floor and then, like, sticks to walls. Yeah, oh man, M7S, can't believe it. They were fighting M7S, infamous boss. There's still one more, sadly, who you might get this week. I'm a RuneScape player. This week I'm hoping to do Tob with Crazy, because he needs it for the quest. There are raids in RuneScape. There are 3 raids. Chambers of Zarek, Theater of Blood, and Tombs of Amasket. They're all a little different. Oh, you're kidding me. Yeah, just crash me if that's gonna happen. If that's gonna happen, just hit me into a wall. I think I have to reset this if I get 5th. I think that anything like 3rd or better will be enough points to guarantee 1st, but I wasn't paying attention to, I wasn't paying attention to how many points 2nd place had. So, I don't know how many points I need to guarantee the win here, but I think that anything 3rd or better mathematically should work. I can probably accept 4 if I got kind of lucky earlier, but I don't know. Alright, that's more like it. Don't know how people spam Ulm. did Cox during leagues and hated it. I know Theo has recently done a giant Cox grind. I know Theo's into Cox. He can tell you more about it. But I've not done any of the raids, to be honest with you. Aside from I have done 2 TOB entry modes for quests, and that's it. We're gonna send a 3rd later this week to get crazy, his quest cape. It's gonna be exciting. Yeah, hearing people talk about FF14 makes no sense. Oh, you're kidding me. That guy passed me at the last fucking instant. Please tell me I still win. We're good. We're super good. It's not even close. If I got screwed over by that guy passing me and putting me in 4th the instant, like, oh my god. Okay, we're very lucky. Very lucky. I don't know, different MMOs are different. Like, it's crazy to me how a game like Final Fantasy XIV is so designed for group content. Like, what do you do if you don't have any friends? That just seems fucked up, or like your friends are busy that day. Do you just not play the game? I mean, sure, but I assume that most players are caught up in the story, because if you're not caught up in the story, then, like, what are you doing? Casual. Like, it's the MMO story. It's assumed that you're caught up in that, I feel like. Like, meanwhile, RuneScape is designed to be basically 100% solo. There are a few things here and there that are basically required groups, but you just solo everything. It's perfect. But what if you're doing content that nobody else wants to do at that time? Like, I get that maybe you could, like, solo queue into a raid with a random group, but what happens when you're the only one queuing for that raid? That doesn't really happen. That sort of thing totally happens in RuneScape. RuneScape has got some very dead old content. Oh, we're going for takedowns here. Okay. You know, the consequence of running the same game for 20 years and never deleting anything is that there are many strange corners of the game. It's kinda... I find it delightful. I like that. But there are many strange corners of the game. Someday I'll realize my dream of starting a trouble brewing esports league. Only silver. Lame. Lame. What was it for gold? It was probably 15 for gold. $16? Okay, we weren't actually that close then. Catch the tour bus. What? Look at all this crap I have to sit through. I don't like this sort of thing. Gotta go back in. I need gold. Is there like, do I have access to, yeah, Assassin Super? That's better. Allegedly, this is better. It's interesting that this is sort of a pointless note about terminology, but is low mate what Final Fantasy XIV players use to describe something? Like, is that what everyone says to describe that kind of content? I have never once heard anyone say low mate. Everyone says AFK. You do something AFK. That's just you? Okay. Yeah. And then everyone has different opinions of what counts as AFK. Rooftops is AFK. Thieving is AFK. I think you have to do... I brought this up yesterday. I think someone needs to make, like, the radical sandwich anarchist chart, but for, like, radical AFK anarchists. Probably the two axes are, like, click purist versus attention purist. Where it's, like, low attention but high click. That makes you say thieving is AFK. Low click but high attention is like, I don't even know what that would be. Maybe like, I don't know. Maybe Guardians of the Rift or something. Or like Giant's Foundry. I feel like you have to look at it the whole time, but you don't click that much. This does exist. I'm sure it does. The RuneScape community loves to post memes. Okay, yeah, let's see this. Click intensity, yeah, literally I got it. Click intensity radical attention purist. Solo 500 TOA is AFK, dude. Vorkath is AFK. Forestry. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I guess this makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, Wildy Slayer is a better example for you have to pay attention. How am I gonna get 16 kills? How am I gonna get 16 kills? How did I even get 14 kills? I think this car just made me worse. Shaolin Showdown is AFK. That game is AFK for sure. If you boost into the back of them, like if you hit them in the back at a much higher speed than they're going, that kills. That usually kills. I mean, people love AFK content, Rory. That includes AFK Xbox games. What is that guy doing? I hope they gave me credit for running that dude off the road there. Yeah, Shaolin Showdown. For those who weren't here, we figured it out during that playthrough that you can play through the game basically no controller. You can literally just put the controller down and you have these like AI partners that'll just start playing the game for you, and they'll kill everything for you if you just let them. The only problem with Shaolin Showdown is that there are certain items that only you can pick up, that you have to pick up to progress the game. But you can just wait for those items to spawn in, and then walk over and pick them up, and then put the controller back down. There we go, that's gold. You have infinite health, you have infinite lives. You will eventually die, but you have infinite lives. You don't lose any progress on death, you just respawn. So there's no punishment for death, and your AI partners will eventually finish the level for you. It's an AFK game. That might have been my first after-touch takedown. Apparently not. This game does have a crash mode, yes. I'm taking care of all of the race events first, because crash mode is like lower effort. So I'm doing all of the races first, and then once we're done with all the races, crash mode will be like, hopefully a little bit less. I don't really know. I don't really know how I think of my rating system. Because like if you're saying that a 0 out of 5 would also be a 0 out of 10, you're essentially extending the 0 out infinitely. And like, is there any game that is a 0 out of 1 million? You know? I don't know. Like, is there any game where out of 1 million points, it doesn't get a single one? If that game does exist, it is Leisure Suit Larry, but I don't know if that... I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess the game, if you start handing out points like a middle school teacher with a rubric, where it's like, you know, alright, this essay was dog shit, but it does have a beginning, middle, and end, so you get at least a C for that. Like, if you start grading on that kind of scale, then it's like, okay, Leisure Suit Larry gets points, because I don't think it had any game-breaking bugs. You know, the programmer did their job. Got him. Wait, what does takedown target achieved mean? What does that mean? I thought I was just racing. I think that might mean that I'm gonna unlock a new car after this. Yeah, like, I don't think the voice acting was that bad. The voice acting was okay. I don't really know that voice acting... Like, I don't think that voice acting gets you points in my book, though. Like, good voice acting versus bad voice acting. I don't think I would ever take a point away from a game for having bad voice acting. 'Cause I kind of like bad voice acting. I think it's funny. Maybe a game can gain points for good voice acting. Like, I would think I would give Metal Gear Solid 1 a point for its, like, immediately iconic voice performances. But for the most part, I don't really care. Like, I like Shenmue. I am a Shenmue enjoyer. That should tell you what you need to know about how I feel about voice acting in games. He tells you to turn the PS2 off. I assume he'll tell me to turn off the Xbox. It'll be like that video. It'll be like that video Yarts posted in Discord the other day. Soul Calibur 2-1. No, MGS2 was not on GameCube. MGS2 has an Xbox port that we're gonna play but haven't yet. You're probably thinking of Twin Snakes on GameCube, which is a remake of Metal Gear Solid 1. Done in sort of, I don't know if I would say the MGS2 engine. It has a number of MGS2 mechanics that have been backported into one. That's kind of what Twin Snakes is. Probably not literally the same engine, but people say that about it. Yeah, Twin Snakes was relatively early. Not super early, but definitely first half. I think it might have been in the 90s. I think we might have played it in like the 90s or something. I have not replayed Metal Gear Solid 2 since the first time I ever played it, which was over 10 years ago at this point. So I'm looking forward to replaying and seeing how I feel about it. I've attempted to replay it a couple times, but I always quit because it's boring. But I quit kind of early on, so we'll see if I just force myself to do it, how it'll go. Yo, easy takedowns complete. What does it mean? I hope I don't have to get these for credits. Takedown trophy? Was game 75? Kururin Squash. Yes, that was early. Pretty sure I played that right after Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Melee, a game that for some reason just pissed me off a lot. And so after that, and I played Kururin, I was like, this is better. 5. Oh, never mind. Well, I was definitely playing something that I hated right before Kururin Squash. I thought it was Godzilla, but I don't know what it was then. Because the vibes were very off that stream. It was The Hobbit, right? Well, was it? Because I know The Hobbit involved some side gaming. The Hobbit... I don't know, man, The Hobbit. Not yet, I don't think. I don't think I've had to restart an Xbox game yet. Well, look, okay, for those who weren't there for The Hobbit on GameCube, I did soft lock the game and then save the soft lock onto my file after like 6 hours. I already didn't like it that much because it's just like The Legend of Zelda. It was just like terrible Zelda. But then the soft lock onto the file, forcing a full game restart, was just like, oh. It's bad enough that I learned speedrun skips so that I wouldn't have to do the rest of the game after getting back to where I was. I got back to where I was, and then there's like 2 levels left in the game. I did the last level properly, but the penultimate level, I just completely skipped using this like insane multi-step out of bounds thing that I learned. Is really cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's not good to get mad at the game on stream. I try not to, but I'm only human. Godzilla was bad. Stupid RNG bad fighting game. Limited continues. Yeah, that guy showed up and was like, I'm a huge Buffy fan. I'm really excited to see this game. And I've just been like literally like ranting about how much the game sucks for the last like 3 hours. Oh, sorry, man. Hello. For the record, that game kind of deserved it. I'm sure if you played that game, you'd be like, this game is fine. But like, I don't know, man. There are just a few things that really get me. The combination of I don't know where I'm going and also infinitely respawning enemies, just like horrible. Hate it. That is a deadly combination. Crouching Tiger I got better at. Crouching Tiger, the first stream of Crouching Tiger was really rough, but after that it was kind of like, okay, I know what I'm doing. Combat lore downloaded. It wasn't, I mean, it was bad. It was not a good game, but it was more of a chill playthrough after a little bit once I had it figured out. It's a real shame that game reused its one level so many times. That one level that had that one room with the really tall building in it, and you would jump over to the other tall building to get an item. Went through that room so many times. Yeah, the hustle was good. Well, don't clip that out of context. But it was good. It was good to figure out the hustle, sort of figure out all of the strats, how it all works, and use that to beat the game faster. I feel like that's pretty satisfying. Crouching Tiger best extras. Crouching Tiger did have surprisingly good extras. I feel like I always have to give one to the Mortal Kombat games that we played on GameCube that had like the Mortal Kombat coffin system or whatever they were calling that, where you would spend points on opening chests that had different things in them. And it was sort of like gacha, but not really, because everything was consistent. There were just like hundreds of chests, so you didn't know what you were opening. But sometimes you would open like a really interesting bonus or a piece of concept art or something. The crypt, yeah, that's what they called it. I knew it had to be something with a K. You know, Deception, or it was Deadly Alliance maybe, whatever the first one we played was, had the Cookin' with Scorpion video. It had the Ed Boon, Day in the Life of Ed Boon video. I think that that might genuinely be, as far as like, not necessarily, like quantity of bonus content really matters a lot for me, but I think like the best video, the best single bonus content video we ever got was probably that Day in the Life of Ed Boon video. I really liked that. It's just him walking around the office with the camcorder, like checking in on different people, showing his daily schedule at work. I thought that was really good. I mean, there are other games that had better bonuses, but like no single video is better. And Television probably is the actual king of the bonus content. And Television Lives was very impressive. They knew that nobody actually cared to like play the Intellivision games. So instead of it just being Intellivision games, they got just so much bonus content. I'm losing this fight. Yeah, that is the game that was bleeding from its incision. How are you not dead? How are none of you? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's fun what some games are just surprise hits, I guess. A lot more surprise misses than surprise hits for me because I'm a complete hater. Not in the fun way either. I feel like there's a certain romanticization of hating on the internet recently that I've noticed. And I'm not like that kind of hater. I'm more like a miserly loser type of hater. Hates the largest number of... No, I am. I truly am. It's not good. Like I said, miserly loser hater here. Man, we're not even gonna come close. This is hard. I feel like getting 20 here is gonna be really hard. I think I just made that guy do like a 360, and yet he didn't die. Hey, there's the gold. Touched it at the end. It's fun to just press the A button a bunch when you crash so it like jumps around. Say something positive about your team section to group project. Possibly. You know, I'm gonna step away for a sec. I will be right back, and then we'll do this.
Should stay or turn around and run. I know that I heard you, things will never be the same.
All right, let's do it. And yeah, that might be, I mean, I don't know. I don't recognize most of these bands or songs or anything, but I'm guessing it's cheaper to get a deep cut off the album. It's either that or the devs just genuinely wanted to focus on deep cuts. They didn't just want all of the most obvious songs by taking all of the hits. I can see that as well. That being said, that Ramones song is really famous, so I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to avoid hits, then what are they doing here, but That's really bad. Come on. Monoxide Child or Riot. We're gonna restart. Yes, Americus, absolutely. I haven't checked my percentage in a while. Maybe I'll do that after we beat this. This event might take a while. It seems like a hard race, and it's one of the 5-lap ones, which sucks. Yeah, but the later events are only going to get harder, but then there's the crash events, which could be faster. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be over 20. I think there's a decent chance that this will overtake Amped. Become the new longest Xbox game. For the time being, at least. Just waiting for all the RPGs to finally show up and kill me. Just waiting for Roller Coaster Tycoon to finally show up. I don't know. We legit might just do one scenario. Doing every scenario in Roller Coaster Tycoon will take over 100 hours, mathematically. Because you can't fast forward in that game. Yeah, Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 has an Xbox port. Sort of an obscure thing that exists. They ported RCT1 directly to the Xbox, complete with all expansion content. So it has over 100 scenarios. But it's a direct port. The UI is horrible. And there's like 100 scenarios. I don't think so. There is like some slight stuff they've done to the controls to make it a little bit more controller friendly. Mostly not though. It is mostly a direct one-to-one port of a PC game from the late 90s, which is just the craziest thing. I feel like if they put the original StarCraft on the Xbox, it's just like, what are we doing here? Well, it's like 90 whatever percent assembly, but it's x86, so you know, x86 console, that works. I recall that it uses a little bit of C for DirectX calls, and Xbox supports DirectX, so it's a portable game if the console you're porting it to is specifically the original Xbox. Well, nowadays, we have like x86 translation layers for things like that. I don't know about Apple Silicon specifically, but I know that for Windows on ARM, you can still run x86 applications. They have some kind of thing going on where you can do it, and they just take a performance hit. I don't know about Apple though. I remember when Apple switched to Intel from PPC, that broke everything. They had no tech for running the old programs on new Macs. Maybe they did, but not built in, because I ran into that problem all the time. Move out into the middle of the road to try to block. Ah, he's still past me. This is like right at the end too. Hold please. Okay. All right, we still win. Yeah, VC has always been the world's strongest Mac gamer. Please don't be... Okay. I really don't like the road rage events. That's what I've learned about myself in the last 7 hours. They stress me out. Alright, here's where we're at so far in this. Not much more to do in Europe, actually. What is this? We are now at 36, 43? 43 out of 73 golds in racing. Something like that. Here's the actual progress, which looks depressing. This is why the game is going to be over 20 hours long. Complete is when we get credits, DTW. And you get credits when you get all golds. If it weren't for that, we would probably... I don't know. But because it rolls credits on all golds, we have to 100% it. Like, that's the ending. There's nothing that resembles an ending before that. So, yeah, we're here for the pain, DTW. I'm 2 seconds ahead. He's right on my tail. Yeah, I don't know. Use my boost, bro. I don't need to. I'm winning. No, I know. First of all, it's not RT to boost. It's RT just to accelerate. I'm playing this on original Xbox. There's only the right trigger. Bumpers didn't exist yet. But also, I know it. I'm winning without it, so we're fine. Press A then. Here's the thing. This game has a lot of rubber banding. If I boost or if I don't boost, as far as I can tell, it does not matter. He's gonna keep pace with me regardless. So I might as well hold boost for when I need it to get back ahead. That's sort of how I've been using boost in this playthrough so far, and it's been working out well for me. Rubber band, bro, this game is so easy. I mean, I assume you came in off the game's directory, but if you're gonna be, like, shitty, then you can leave. I don't think the game is that hard, but it does have rubber banding. Like, factually, it clearly does. You can't get that far ahead of people. That's just a thing in most racing games. This game is a little more obvious and aggressive, but... That's actually news to me. Boost jump. I don't think that exists. Boost jump. Oh, there's the finish, and we win. See? See, you use boost when you need boost, and you hold it when you don't need it. It's that simple. Greetings from Gillinor. Chris Sawyer is definitely one of those people who makes me feel very inferior as a human being. I compare myself unfavorably to Chris Sawyer. Apparently... Oh, there's just a race here that I never did. Okay. I mean, maybe boost jump is a thing in this game. I've never done it on purpose or by accident, and the game has never mentioned it. But... hell if I know, man. Weirder things have happened. Play online, bro. You can't. They shut the online for this game down in 2010. You can. Wanna bet? Wanna bet? You may see European players using a different television standard. You won't be able to join these games? What the heck? Literally just, yeah, failed to load live configuration. There you go. Xbox Live is down, and Insignia hasn't done this game yet. So there. Online for PS2. I'm not playing on PS2. This is an Xbox. The challenge is to beat every Xbox game, not PS2. Yeah, I would hate to have to play PlayStation games. That would be terrible. Can you really play this online on PS2 either? Because EA had their own, like, servers going. Those are certainly not still up, and if... maybe through, like LAN tricks, that type of thing. Like what people used to do with the Xbox before Insignia existed. Man, just got my Burnout revenge. for the Xbox. Yeah, right. I tried finding. I put together a PIP Season 3 draft real quick yesterday, and I had to come up with a vote. I had to come up with a not a vote. I had to come up with a rating for that Gundam game that's coming up. And I tried to find gameplay, and as far as I can tell, there's no gameplay. I did eventually find it, but I was looking, I found like some playthrough video of the game, and I kept clicking around in the video, and anywhere I would click to was just FMV. It took me like 10 different places of clicking to a random spot in the VOD to find something that wasn't a cutscene. I was just like, holy shit, is there any gameplay in this thing? And eventually I found it, and it looked like trash, but it's PMC, so I think I still said he was gonna like it well enough. Oh, is it actually an update to, like, is it the same game as 1.0, like that other Gundam game you played? I didn't even know that. We might be in trouble here. I feel like we're probably pretty close to the end of this race. From hard drive. This is installed off the hard drive. They're installed to the hard drive. I feel like that's just the way to play Xbox games nowadays. The disk drive on mine, I think it technically still does read discs, but it's really begging for death. It makes a lot of noises. It gets stuck trying to open. What does it mean for Gundam hold up? I have to scroll back to this take. Hold up, I have to scroll back to this take. What does it mean for an IP to be bloated, AI95? There's not a single IP more bloated than Gundam. Yo, Theater of Blood mentioned. Genuinely not sure what they were thinking with the Pestilent Bloat. Easiest boss of all time in a raid. Seconds behind. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is, I think it's Thailand. Well, I'm actually certain it's Thailand, because if you look at the signs, they're, well, some of the signs are in Thai. I noticed that yesterday. Gundam should be 1,000 times longer, actually. I feel like Gundam recently got really popular. I don't know why. And by that I mean among English-speaking audiences. I feel like I've just been seeing a lot about the last, like, couple shows compared to, like, how I basically never heard of Gundam before that. I mean, I'd heard of it, but I didn't know any mech people. Yeah, I think Witch from Mercury turned a lot of normal people into mech people. The best way of putting it. Bus, okay. What do I mean by that? I don't know. I don't know what I mean by that. How do I think that's pronounced? I think I've landed on internally when I have to read that. I don't know. That poll is so shitty. Which city planner do I have to blame for putting that poll there? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know there's probably a correct answer, because, like, katakana makes everything so easy. I think we should adopt katakana for the English language, straight up. The whole, like, the character says what it says, there's no ambiguity there, is kind of like a good idea. But yeah, I don't know. I was guessing, like, G-Quux, probably. Probably that. Yo, what's up, you meme-loving fucks? Hey, Under the Skin. Okay, we're in there then. Alright, dodge the poll this time. Sorry, Robert Moses. Not today. I don't know any other city planners by name. Probably the most famous city planner of all time. Not a profession known for being famous. Yeah, I don't think I've looked back, like, once in this entire playthrough. It's probably, like, Y or something. It's probably Y or black or white. All buttons that I don't think I've pressed a single time in 7.5 hours. I mean, what could they possibly do, right? Can't be that important. Is it X? The everything button? It would be best if it was X, because then you could actually use it. Yeah, there we go. It is X. Anyway, back to never using that. It's not that I use that in some racing games sometimes. But then sometimes I just never do it. To me, it seems like most Gundam entries are only related by theme. I mean, yeah, they're... I mean, you know, that's what, like, Final Fantasy is like, right? That's kind of a thing. It's a... It's a series made out of smaller series that are tangentially or not at all related, but they're all under the same, like, umbrella. Nope. Man. The X orb in the middle of the Duke, the unpressable button. Yeah, that is so weird, right? The giant, like, plastic Xbox logo in the middle of the controller. I know I know they turned it into a screen when they re-released the Duke back in the Xbox One generation. They turned it into a screen. It's like a Wii U controller. Except it doesn't do anything other than display the Xbox logo. So it still is just, like, really puzzling. But yeah. I hope I killed him. I imagine it did. It was one of those things. I like kind of vaguely considered buying one, but then didn't. Because I realized that that's stupid. But I feel like that's one of those things where they made it as like a limited edition, like, collector's item. So it's probably bought by, like, I mean, yeah, Xbox nostalgia doesn't really exist in the same way. Like, I'm not sure who out here is getting nostalgic for the original Xbox and the Duke controller and stuff. Aside from me, I didn't even have an Xbox, but I thought they were really cool as a kid. So I kind of like the OG Xbox. But for the most part, it's definitely by far, like, the least nostalgic of the three consoles, right? I feel like everyone who had an Xbox grew up to be normal, and then PS2 and GameCube gamers never let go. People, like, the 360 is what's gonna have the nostalgia revival, or that it kind of already maybe even has a little bit. Yeah, like, maybe that's a better way of putting it, Abscond. Like, people have a ton of nostalgia for the Halo games, but that does not extend to, like, the iconography of the Xbox. Like, nobody looks at the Xbox and is like, remember this logo? That means your childhood was awesome. Like, nobody's making that post. Whereas, like, you know, people will make the... I don't know, people kind of make those posts with, like, the Xbox boot screen. Not so much, though. Not so much compared to, like, PlayStation. Yeah, remember this logo? That means your disk drive is broken. I wish that weren't true, but my disk drive is broken, so it is. I don't know, I love the OG Xbox. The OG Xbox doesn't love me back, but it's such a fascinating machine to me. Just the whole, like, just the whole design ethos of it. I've gone into this a lot on stream, but just that, like, just that they took some guys who were already working at Microsoft on other projects and were like, fellas, blank check, make a game console. And, like, where do you even begin? That's such, like, a... What do you do? Like, you have nothing and you are tasked with making a successful game console. And just, like, their approach to it, as far as, like, okay, we'll make every type of game, we have to do it all in-house because no third party cares about us. And, like, the forward-looking features of it, as far as, like, it's gonna have a hard drive built in, it's gonna have the networking built in, Xbox Live is gonna be a thing, Xbox Live Arcade is gonna be a thing, custom soundtracks are a thing. It's just, like, kind of Galaxy Brain. It's kind of like a Galaxy Brain futuristic console for 2001. Like the hardware in it is gonna be like ridiculously buff, so every game is gonna look way better on Xbox. I don't know. I am a major Xbox enjoyer, I think. Problem is, they're prone to being giant pieces of shit that break down. I do wish that, yeah, it definitely sort of is what it is at the time, where like you have to, like there are ways to transfer to FTP soundtracks over to the OG Xbox, but it's like really weird and like really shitty. Like it's definitely like a subtle form of DRM. Like they would never just let you transfer MP3s over. The recording industry would never let Microsoft get away with that. The Duke, I'm not currently using the Duke. For all of Xbox things so far, I've been using the Halo Translucent Green Xbox S controller. Actually, it's like filthy. This controller really needs cleaning. There's like, it looks like there was probably like a GameStop used sticker someone put over the Xbox crystal. Like big in the center, there's just like old sticker gunk all over it. I think it was probably like a GameStop sticker or something. I should clean it, but I've never cleaned it. But yeah, I do have a Duke. My problem with the Duke is that the buttons are weird and bad. Like the face buttons on the Duke controller are tiny and like very convex. Or like, and like you have to press them really hard to get them to work. So like they suck. They start to hurt your thumb after a couple hours of hardcore gaming. I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but to me, I think that the face buttons hurt your hands after a while. In a way that I've never had a problem with any other controller doing that to me. Ah, fuck. Ah, I'll restart. Like, the Duke definitely has, like, really questionable ergonomics. It really feels like they did not user test this. They just, like, designed it and then were just like, fuck it, full send, produce 1 million of them. And then as soon as it hit the market, they were like, wait, this is stupid. They're kind of an incredible product. But yeah, I'm not using it. I don't know. I'm not so fussy about controller dirt. Not all of the stuff that I own. I swear I'm not that like disgusting of a person. A lot of stuff that I have is pretty dusty. But most things that I own are not like the controller I'm using right now is probably the most disgusting thing I own because of the gunk on it. For the most part, nothing else is really that bad. No, like I would never, first of all, I would never eat Cheetos. That's one of those just like, you can tell I've been kidnapped if I call you on the phone and ask about Cheetos. But secondly, I would never just be like snacking on something and then using the controller with like no, I'm gonna wash my hands first. What we don't know is that I'm a chain smoker. I'm not. Nothing I own is coated in yellow fill. You know, the chopsticks. I guess that would work. My keyboard does need cleaning pretty desperately. I will say that. That's probably the other most disgusting thing I own. I should really do that someday. That might actually be a good thing to do. My mouse is fine. My mouse is kind of beat up. But that's not my fault. That's not because it's dirty. That's just because I use the mouse a lot, so. It's a little weird. There's like, I don't know why it's gotten like this, but there's like little bits of rubber on my mouse that I think has started to disintegrate like within a year of me buying the mouse, which is really unfortunate. But they've done it in a weird way. I don't mean like what we were talking about before where the rubber starts to melt into glue. I don't mean like that. But like it has tears in it in places where like I've definitely not caused that. But there's like these tears in it where I'm just like, how did that happen? I don't know. I have I'm weird, so I have the Microsoft IntelliMouse Pro is the mouse that I use, which is their nostalgia re-release of an early 2000s mouse that was pretty good. They did a nostalgia re-release of it like a game controller, and I bought one. Yeah, I always used to use the Wheel Mouse Optical, the Microsoft Wheel Mouse Optical, which is like the predecessor to the IntelliMouse. And I still think that that's the GOAT as far as like shape of mouse. But after my last one died, I looked up how much it would be to get a new one. And it was like, at this point we're talking about buying new old stock 25-year-old mice. And I was just like, I can't keep doing this. I'm gonna buy an actual new mouse. But I had a couple, the Microsoft Wheel Mouse Opticals. I swore by that mouse. But I've liked my IntelliMouse Pro as well. It has an LED in it that you can define the color of, which makes me feel like more of a gamer. Only one though, and it's like subtle. It like comes out from the bottom of the mouse. It's not tacky. No, yeah, I don't want no tacky gamer shit. That's like my rule for buying peripherals. No tacky gamer shit. My keyboard is the most boringest looking thing on purpose. It is white. It's like a minimalist white keyboard, which is bad because it shows dirt more easily. But it looks pretty good when it's not dirty. The stock Dell mice you get, nah, those are junk. Those are junk. I don't know. You know those Dell... This is a weird thing to have nostalgia for. There's a certain era of Dell pack-in keyboard that I think back on fondly. It was just like a, the dome keyboard. But think of like 2000s Dell keyboard, and I bet you're thinking of the same keyboard as me. It was their keyboard for a long time. That like black one, yeah, it would be in schools. It had like the stick up on the right for like the print screen, scroll lock. Like those keys were like, there was kind of like a bump up in the top right with those. I don't know. They're not good. They're not good at all. But I think just from using them so much over the years. I kind of think back fondly on them, even though they're trash. They literally belong in a landfill. They're like rubber dome ones too. They're not low profile. I'm not talking like a low. I do also know the Dell, like, lower profile keys one from maybe the late 2000s, and that keyboard sucks ass. I hate that thing. Yeah, hold up. I gotta hold up. Dell keyboard 2000s. Yeah, just searching Dell keyboard 2000s. Got the. There it is. There it is. Oh, I never posted my go live message. I typed it and then I never sent it. Oh, it's such a funny joke too. Oh well. Ew, those ones? Yeah, right? They're bad. But I don't know, man. They're part of my computer memory. I don't know, it's like growing up with Windows XP for me, where like it sucked. I'm not one of those people who liked Windows XP. Nah, Windows XP bad. I'll die on that hill. I know that's an unpopular take. It's not that bad, but like, I hate how when you search for things, you have to like the dog tells you about the search, like, go away. I hate the search dog. I don't know. A lot of it just, I don't know. The UI is very clunky on Windows XP. Yeah, maybe coming off older versions of Windows. I know when I was really little, we had Windows 98. We had a Windows 98 machine, but that's like too early for me. I have no strong feelings about Windows 98. I don't know, I look back fondly on pre-OS X Macs. My school had OS 9 on those 98 translucent plastic iMacs. It's glorious. Maybe the best computer ever. I'm really not an Apple fan, generally, but I'm really not like one of those people who's like, this Apple product, Steve Jobs, genius man. How does he do it? But I gotta, game respects game. I have to admit that the iMac is a fucking masterpiece. And the iMac keyboard lives rent-free in my brain. And the puck mouse is trash. That can stay in the past. But the keyboard is good. That's where, the puck mouse was garbage, but that's where, if we swap back here, that's where the font in the top right comes from. It's the iMac keyboard. It makes no sense being on my stream layout, but I just think about it a lot, so I ended up using that font. I really don't want to do a road rage. I like straight up don't want to do this event, but I have to. Haven't used OS X since 10.6. 10.6 looked really good back in the day. That was, 10.6 hit at the same time as, like, iOS 4, which, in my opinion, is peak. as far as like their aesthetics. It's like what they were doing right before everything became flat. It's that like before anyone, if you say fruitage or arrow in my chat, I'll kill you. Don't type that word. But it's like everything's like shiny and glass. That's like the aesthetic. And I think that was pretty good. And that was 10.6. That better count for a lot. I don't know what I just did, but it better count. I did use a Mac briefly. When I was in high school, my sister she got a new Mac, and she gave me her old like 2008 MacBook. And this was 2014, sorry. It was 2014, and I was daily driving the 2008 MacBook, which was like it barely worked at that point. It was a very laggy and bad computer, but it still supported the most recent, whatever that was at the time, version of OS X. Could kind of load web pages if you just gave it a second. But that's the only time I've ever like been like, this is my computer, it's a Mac. Otherwise, no. I don't really like Macs all that much. I don't think, well, I wasn't playing old school RuneScape at the time. I would guess yes. I don't know when old school RuneScape... Was old school RuneScape always a download, or was it always a browser game? It couldn't play Minecraft. It absolutely could not run Minecraft. That was hopeless. Yeah, well, before RuneLite was OS Buddy. I remember Pi using OS Buddy. I mean, when I played RuneScape back in the day, it was a browser game that just used the Java plugin, and pretty much any computer would run it well enough. We had a terrible computer at home, and it was perfectly fine to play RuneScape on. I'm trying to be extra violent. Gaming more than a decade on this? Ooh. That looks pretty bad. Dude, that was the big game when I was in high school, Relic. It was mostly Macs. The school had mostly Macs, but there were a few classrooms that for one reason or another had like these crummy old Dells. But we land Halo Combat Evolve. We would land Halo Combat Evolve on those computers. And just play online as well, because at the time, Halo Combat Evolves, or like original servers, were still up. Sucks that I have to sit through all this crap just because I didn't catch that the timer was gonna run out in time. There was no retry option. It kicks me all the way back out here. Why? I think I know what paintball shooter you're talking about. There was some paintball shooter. There was like a browser paintball shooter that I remember people playing in like the library. Was it called Paintball Paradise? I'm never gonna remember the name of it. Maybe it wasn't browser. This was like late 2000s is when this would have been. I think it probably was browser. I think you're thinking of Tag the Power of Paint, which has nothing to do with paintball. I had to play that game for Mystery Tournament, and I lost. Paintball Paradise. Hang on, paint. Maybe I'll recognize it from a screenshot. Nope, I'm just getting a bunch of pictures of IRL people playing paintball. Let's see. Here's a picture. Nah, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's it. I feel like these are just really RNG. The takedown missions, I don't know. What even just caused me to crash there? Come on. Come on. This is nothing. Yeah, that... I think he left. I think he left after telling me to play on PS2. I didn't want to ban him. I don't like to ban people, but it's good that that guy left when he did. That's the kind of thing that I can entertain for a little bit, but then if you don't stop, you gotta go. Directory warrior coming in. Streamer, you have to play it this way. You have to play it this way. For the record, I'm like pretty sure. There was just some dude who who showed up and was bothering me, and he was telling me to use boost. And I was explaining to him why it doesn't make sense to use boost because everyone you're racing just matches your speed. So it's best to use boost as a catch-up mechanic rather than to just boost for no reason. And he was very unhappy to hear that. And then he started making fun of me for being bad at the game. And then he told me to play online instead of playing this. And then when I showed him that online didn't work anymore, he said play on PS2, and then he left. Also, he told me to start boost jumping, which I don't even think that's a mechanic. I think he's thinking of a different Burnout game, maybe. Because, like, boost jumping? Is that a... I've tried a couple different inputs now to see if that's a thing. I think you might have a set number of lives. I feel like I didn't run out the timer there. I feel like that's like there's like a lives issue. I mean, hey, maybe someday I don't know what I feel like there can't possibly be that many good PS2 games left, though. I mean, aside from the exclusives. But, like, I feel like PS2 thing would have a lot of, like, really bad games. Like, a lot of, like, the deepest levels of shovelware. And not a lot that I actually like. So I'm not sure that I wanna do it. Yeah, I gotta play all the Phoenix games. Snow White and the Seven Clever Boys. Animal games. I was hoping there would be someone there. God of War 1 and 2 are on PS2. Yeah, a lot of RPGs. I'd have to learn to like RPGs, and I don't think I can. I don't think I can learn to like RPGs. Yo, what up, Arius? Be careful. Be careful of what? Twitch sent me a mail about DMC. Oh, really? You got actually DMCA'd playing this? Damn. Well, I'm built different. We'll see. We'll see if they get me. Was there a specific song that they DMCA'd you for? Because I can just turn that song off in the shuffle. Oh, that. Well, that's just, if a couple of your VODs get muted, then they auto-disable, They just do that. They're just like, hey, your VODs are getting muted a lot. We're gonna auto-disable VOD saving. I think that was just a clever scheme to save fewer VODs. But yeah, they did that to me ages ago. That doesn't mean anything. That's not DMCA. I'm not sure if that's true. I don't know if Twitch has an automated system at all. Whoa, I'm gone, dude. I think claims for actual like DMCA strikes on Twitch might be manual only, but I wouldn't see why they couldn't do it on one of your VODs. This is horrible. I might not do this. I might just come back to this later. I really don't like this event. 24 takedowns for the gold. It's just like, oh, that is so many takedowns to get in 3 minutes. That's like what? Because it's 180 seconds. I'm sure that's divisible. 180 over 24. Not like perfectly divisible, but close. I mean, it's 3/4, but then... 180, 240. It's gonna be like you have to get one like every 8 seconds or something. One takedown for 13 seconds, okay. Is that correct? Because man, this is like, I don't think that's correct. Like 180 over 24 is 7.5. Yeah, that's what I thought. It couldn't possibly be 13 because 240 times, because 24 times 10 is 240. How does that caught? Like, that is so stupid. That is so stupid. I get no credit for those takedowns. Instead, I get taken down. Bad. Yeah, I don't know. I think that the PS2 at this point is mostly just going to be a collection of games I don't want to play. Like, I'm thinking about it, and it's like, don't really feel like playing God of War. Don't really feel like playing all those RPGs. You know, Jak 1 is good, but I don't want to play Jak 2, 3. I don't want to play Jak X Combat Racing. Don't want to play The Lost Frontier. Sly 1 is pretty good, but I don't want to play Sly 2 and 3 ever again in my life. I really don't care to play any Ratchet and Clank. Shadow of Rome is kind of something that I don't feel like playing ever again. Every game I can think of is just like, yeah, I don't really want to do that. I don't want to do that either. I love Yakuza 1 and 2. Metal Gear Solid 3 is good. Might be cool to play VCS and LCS, the GTA games. We already did all the Spyros. They were on GameCube. I don't have to do them again. I would have to play Crash Twinsanity. As well as maybe one of the later Crash games. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't want to play Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 ever again. Really don't want to play Rechain of Memories. Never played it for a reason. It's just like, I'm having a hard time thinking of games that I think would be good. I know that Monkey Island 3 is on PS2. 3? Maybe it's 4. One of the Monkey Islands is on PS2. That sounds delightful. Wait, is Twinsanity on Xbox? I really thought it wasn't. Hang on. Tapioca, all games. Shit, there it is. Well, Twinsanity is happening. I have no problem with Twinsanity. We'll play that. Attack 4 is on PS2, which, like, should be illegal. I actually haven't thought of TAC in a long time until just now. I had finally erased that freak from my life. I finally didn't have to think about him anymore. But yeah, if we have a PS2 thing, then TAC would be back. There's more Burnout. Oh. Wait, what is that? What is Pointy's Point? I've never heard of that before. That's Cursed Pal territory. I don't know. I think if I did PS2, it would have to be a more curated list. No picking of flowers. Damn it. I don't know. Who knows? We have a long time. We have a long time before I'm even close to thinking about what to do after the Xbox. We're only on Xbox thing number 80. On number 80, I wish. We're only on Xbox thing 64 here, right? Yeah, so... There's still about 400 more Xbox games to go. Kinda not sure that I'll ever finish Xbox thing. I finished GameCube thing, but that's a lot of thing. 400 more games. Man, like those stupid cutouts, they just get me killed. And then I don't get credit for anything. I quit this. We're gonna go do something else. We're gonna do a different race. We've got that GP to do. I'll come back to this some other time. Oh great, another road rage. Is this one fewer than 24? Maybe this is easier. It's 20. start. Bus. I didn't even, how, like the glare, I just didn't even see that bus. The street is too wide. I couldn't kill him. No, man. We're at 12. I don't think we're gonna get there. Like, they kind of just like to park behind me where I can't do anything to them. How did that cause me to crash? I didn't touch it. Nope. Yeah, you definitely have lives or something. Because how... You definitely have lives or something. It's not displayed anywhere though, but I don't think the timer had run out yet. I was just complaining about having a minute left. And then suddenly it ended. You get a warning if your HP is low? Really? Damage critical. It says that. There's so many alerts and things that I just don't... I can't see all of them. Like, see what I mean? They love to park behind you and just do nothing. In the top middle of the screen. How did that kill me? Wasn't I at 12? I feel like I lost one. I feel like they stole one from me. Maybe I wasn't at 12. Damage critical. Okay, it does say something. Nope. Yeah, these takedown events just got really bad. The rest of the game is fine. Like, look at this. He just parks behind you. That's what they all do. Terrible. I can come to a complete stop in front of him and he'll just sit there. So annoying. It makes no sense to me how much strength you need to hit someone with to kill them as well. Because, like, how is nobody dead there? I'm just gonna stop. You guys pass me. I'm sick of them being behind me. There's nothing you can do there. They're like clipping behind me though. Like, did you see that? I'm trying to shove them into the wall and they just like clip. They just clip behind you so that you can't kill them instead of dying now. That used to be a thing you could do to kill people. Completely doesn't work now. I haven't gotten a takedown in like a full minute, at least. Stop, you can pass me. $19, dude. Nope. 19. I should have hit retry. Whoops. Now I gotta sit through the 800 menus. Okay, not that bad because I didn't unlock anything. Like, I should get credit for that, in my opinion. If you kill someone but then also die at the same time, you don't get credit. Like, I put that dude through a truck. Give me my point. I'm not sure that anything hit me there. Why even give medals? I don't know. I don't know. You don't beat the game if you get anything other than all golds. Like, if you get to the end, it just says, like, you've done everything, now get the golds. It doesn't roll credits until you get all the golds. I'm not really sure what the point is, other than... I have no idea. For kids who can't get the golds, you can at least track your progress some other way? I don't know. Kind of annoying that when you get close to people, they just start boosting so you don't get a good hit on them. There we go. I'm slowing down to make sure that they don't clip behind me so that I can pop them out of bounds correctly. Okay, we're all just parked next to each other. Yeah. Yeah. No one's getting any good hits there. I kind of wasted a ton of time. I'm not going to get it now. You're kidding me. 19 again. Fuck this game. Like, literally, if any one of those hits had just worked. They started parking next to each other because you can't shove two cars out instead of, like, you have to, you can only shove one car out, so they started parking too wide on the street like they fucking knew. They didn't know, but I just got unlucky at the end there. Just got unlucky. What is PW03? Oh, the guy. That dude, yeah. What? What? Wait, what? Huh? He was behind me. And then, no, stupid. Shit game. Yeah, a lot of times you just, like, what counts as how hard you have to get hit before it's considered a crash is like, sure, it's not literally random, but a lot of them just don't seem to make sense. Like, how hard do I have to hit someone into a wall before they insta-die, instead of just, like, rubbing up against the wall, and then I have to do the slower takedown that usually doesn't work, where you, like, clip them into the wall so that they flip. Is boost jumping real? Hang on. This attempt is dead. Burnout 3 boost jumping 18 years ago. Doesn't seem like he's doing anything. Is there going to be a jump? I don't get it. Example of the boost jumping technique. Anytime it goes above 209, I'm boost jumping. I think it's just... I think he just means... I mean, he's just going over little hills. He's not actually jumping. I don't think that that's... I don't think that that's a real technique. I think that's just... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're just parking behind me. No matter how slow I go, they will slow down to stay behind me. It's really annoying. Like, why did that cause me to crash? I did not touch that truck, but okay. Why was that a kill? Why was that a kill? I'll never understand. I'm just touching them gently, and then sometimes I have to fight really hard to get it to count. Meanwhile, I haven't killed anyone with any of this. There's something. It kind of seems like there actually is value, and if you specifically try to pit maneuver them, like you hit them in the corner, as opposed to on the side. I feel like that gets you a stronger hit. I think I just got it. Is that what that sound was? Yep, 20. We're in there. With a minute to spare. Like, okay. I don't feel that I played that differently. Everyone was just falling over themselves to take down for me. Nah, I'm afraid they won't give me the gold if I don't run out the timer. They will. Like, I know they will, but I'm afraid. There's 26, so we would have had the, if the goal here were 24, we would still have it. That other level was 24 that we bailed on. This is too hard. But there's 28. Guess we'll go back to this thing now. Road Rage 2. $24. I just have to get really lucky like that again or something. This is not the GP. We're not doing the GP until after this. I don't know that I have enough time left in the stream to do the GP, so I'm gonna just grind out attempts of this and see if I get it. The guy from earlier was an actual speedrunner? Oh no. I wonder if he posted me in the Burnout 3 Discord. Look at this noob. He thinks that I was kidding about boost jumping. He doesn't know. Man, guess I'm never speedrunning this game if that's the community. Is an actual expert. How are you not dead? I just like T-boned this man. You should be dead. Like IRL, you should be dead. Haven't gotten one in a really long time because all of these things that should be killing just aren't. Alright, gold. First try back. I think I somehow, like, I've communed with the spirits. I've learned how to do takedowns. The answer is you get a much stronger hit if you get them in the corner. Racing games are full of tryhards or purists. Yeah, I don't know. I think of speedrunners as being generally good-natured and nice people. I have some bias in that. Ooh, good texture. Like, when I think of the stereotypical guy who shows up in your chat who tells you what to do, I don't think of an actual speedrunner. I think of, like, the casual pro who played the game a lot as a kid and likes to go around telling people how to play the game right. Speedrunners tend to, I don't know, care less if you're playing the game right or not. They love to backseat. They do love to backseat, but in a different way, I'll say. They love to share info. Like, they love to tell you how much they know about the game. But they don't, like, show up and tell you you're shit at the game. Oh. Do a crash event or two. I don't think I want to do the GP right now. So we're gonna do a crash event or two. Why not? I haven't done any of these today. And there's like a million of them that I have to do. Those types are gonna come in droves when I play Forza or MotoGP. I'm gonna be honest, I forgot that I was trying to cause a crash. I was just like driving the car. There are certain games that cause people like that to show up in droves. We ran into a couple games like that in GameCube thing, where it was just like, oh my god. I think we want to not get the boost. Resi 4 a little bit. I was prepared for Resi 4 to be much worse. I think the classic Resident Evils were worse in that way than 4 was. If this is your speed game, you may not post. All unknown posters will be looked up on speedrun.com just to check. No, literally, I'm trying my best to not touch that, and I just keep touching it. Where the hell am I? Okay. I don't know if I can make it all the way to the 4X. Hey, got there. Yeah, quiet during Blinks the Time Sweeper. I take that game very seriously. It's important that my experience be fully blind for that one. You only get to play Blinks for the first time once, and I don't want you ruining it. Is that all the... I think that's all of them that I have access to right now, at least. $520, this one is. Have you driven? Yes. Oh, they... They put the Heartbreaker right in the middle. Hopefully the 4X, getting it after the Heartbreaker, like, negates the Heartbreaker. I don't know, maybe. What is this? Damn. Oof, no. It applies after. It applies after. Rip. So if you ever get that, you're just dead. Yeah, there's absolutely no possible way to win this with the Heartbreaker. By the way, I think I forgot to say anything, but thanks for the 3 months, Nurse Joy's Rattata. I did see it. I did see it, I was just distracted. But I do appreciate it a bunch, dude. Yeah, really convenient of them to put the place where you spawn in this mission right in front of the giant axe ad, right? How did I ever get back there the first time? I can't do that again. All the way to the back intersection. The whole intersection's just kind of covered. How did I do that? There. It's actually not hard. We're not making it. Nope, we didn't get the 4X. 2 is probably not good enough because they want 500,000 from me. 520,000. Yeah, not even close. That might have been enough with the 4X. It's gonna be weird once we're done racing and we just have the crash events, because crash events don't have music in them for some reason. That's gotta be good enough. Look at all the motorhomes we got. Yeah, that times 4. Wait, is that enough? No, because we've also got these. We're in there, yeah. Wow, okay. Did not get the explosion thing. The fact that we need 600k here, like I definitely need some kind of multiplier. Yeah, there's the multiplier. The 4x is under there. Are we gonna actually get... Yeah, we are. I am not gonna end up getting the multiplier though, it's too far away. Oh, no, didn't get it. I somehow like flew over it. That's probably an improvement. No, it was garbage. 175 times 4 wouldn't have even been it though. That still wasn't good enough. That seems like that's the strat though. Oh, gold is 600. Would that have been 700k? It wasn't 200,000. Oh, but times 4. I was thinking times 3 because I'm silly. Okay. I'm doing the math wrong, but yeah, that would have totally been it if we'd hit the times 4. I don't know, kind of just nothing happens. I don't know why that first time I did it, I got a ton of crashes, a bunch of cars crashed. And now when I'm doing it, literally nothing happens. Nothing. I don't get it. A bunch of stuff was about to happen, but the timer ran out. Maybe if we wait a second. Yeah, the traffic is consistent. Maybe we wait a second so that I actually get all that. Now this traffic is different. Now that traffic is different. So that's not ideal. I think I just have to get lucky with something. I think I just need to get lucky with something happening. Yeah, like I think if I need something from the truck maybe to fall down into the street below, because you can see how like a big wave of traffic comes across that lower road. Okay, hold up. If I just drive straight into it, I have been unnecessarily fancy. There we go. This is totally it. Literally just drive straight into oncoming traffic. It's perfect. Yeah, 286, 1.2 million. Perfect. Easy. I was definitely being too fancy. Only 160. This one might not have, this one might just not have a multiplier then. Probably right. $145, not good enough. If I can get my car back by those buses, I think that's what I was missing last time. Now I'm not even getting the gold, which is kind of bad. I think this will be worse. I think this will be worse. 272, never mind. It was way better. I have no idea. It was way, way, way better. All right. I feel like in one of these, if I were the developers, and this is an evil thing to do, but if I were the developers, one of these would definitely... I'd be hiding the 4X behind you at the start. That was awful. That's definitely not it. Like at the start, it would just be like you hold reverse and you reverse into the 4X and you can't see it unless you do it. That. I'd put it like right there. There's a ton of these, so I feel like the last one probably is going to be more than $1 million. I feel like it's going to go over $1 million. We've already got $1 million on a couple of them. I feel like for True Chaos, it's going to go over $1 million. Wow, I got like no boost off that. We're not getting the 4X. Yo! I like slid into it at the last second. Is that enough? Times 4? Yeah, we're in there. We're super in there. Alright, what's the current progress? %40 game completion. Man, we've done almost all of the Asia races. There's still that GP, and then I guess there's 2 more after that, and then that's actually it for Asia. Crash. Don't look at Crash. We have so much to do. I feel like I've done so many of these Crash events, and we have not even scratched the surface. Not a dent. But racing is looking good. Racing is looking good. I don't know if we'll be able to finish all the races tomorrow, but we're gonna come close. Crash does not include takedown races. No, those are in the racing section. Yeah, 71 out of 173 is where we're at. I'm gonna go ahead and stop here for today. We will pick this one up again tomorrow. Keep working on it. No, Phoenix. I did some crashes yesterday and the day before. Like every gold circle, that's an event that I got a gold in. Like obviously I didn't just do all of those now. I did a couple right now.